Hi everyone, this is Val and I have another journal to show you. This one is Vintage Farm. I've used some of my own kit pages with this, but I'm not exactly sure it's what is in the Etsy store because I made so many pages. Some of them made it into the kit and some of them didn't. But I still have access to them, so if anybody wants anything specific out of here, they can just let me know. Alright, so it's 9 by 6 inches, which is 230 by 150 millimeters, 3 signatures, which is normal for my journals, and it has about 128 pages, probably a little bit more. I don't count absolutely every scrap. On the front we've got a picture from the kit and a little cowboy boot in silver on the bottom. Inside the cover we've got a couple of pockets and a bit of ephemera there and a little "This Book Belongs To." That's one of my favourite pictures from the farm kit. I just love all the chooks in it. It's really pretty. I've got one of the bingo cards I've turned into a multi-level pocket here, and that's kind of like filled with some stuff and some of the cards I've made for other projects. They're not all in the farm kit. I think that one is, and I've just tied a bit of string around that, which looks pretty cute. And on this one I've got a horseshoe hanging off the edge of the chicken and a little bit of fashion tab there. Just a fold out page from a book that I have to use for my journals for a little bit of extra stuff. Lots of different papers, a little kids book. I think it was I think it was Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Yes, Old MacDonald Had a Farm. And so yeah, so these are more of the kit pages here, as you can see. And the little pocket here was for a freebie on my own page that I made for my followers. And this here is one of my favourite pictures. It's actually, I think, also in the All the Horses digital kit, and that's my mum. That's my mum there, many years ago. She's long gone, but never forgotten. And a little flip up here, and there's a vintage picture in the back of a little girl feeding her calf. I think that might be one of the graphics fairies freebies there. And if you flip that up, there's a little pull down there with some more digital, with more writing space. And this is just a picture from, I think it was just an insert in the paper. But it's really pretty, so I've taken a few pages from that to do that. And I haven't done anything on the strings, I've just left them hanging. They can either be tied in a bow or could add something on the bottom if wished. A little tuck spot there on the corner. And this picture here is another one of my favourites because that is my dad. He's gone too, but not quite as long as Mum. And that's my oldest brother there and the horse they had on the farm. And my dad was a farmer, a very hard worker, and he really was one of the old-timers from farming in the Mallee in Victoria. Australia, in case you're looking for another country. Okay, some of these ones were given to me in Happy Mail, and I've just backed them onto some coffee or tea stained paper for a bit of journaling space, but they were really beautiful, and I'm really sorry that I don't remember who sent them to me as Happy Mail. I tended to get very confused about what I had and didn't have and where it came from during my fairly long absence from journaling after my back operation. You don't want to hear all about that. So let's just say I haven't journaled for a while and I lost track of who gave me what. Sorry ladies, I'm so sorry. But I thank you, whoever you were, whoever it was who sent it to me. Sorry, lots and lots of papers here. And another page from that book, and it's kind of like about farming in Australia, so in New South Wales. Just a little fabric tuck up the top there, older paper clip with a tuck spot underneath it. I think that's an envelope. And it just has a little bit of writing paper in there. So nothing flash, just a bit of writing paper. And this is one of the pockets I'm making now out of window face envelopes, I'm really quite taken with those. I sort of decorate the front, and after I've done a bit of inking and stamping, and then I like to have a nice picture showing up in the window, and it's usually a tuck spot behind as well. And here I've got another kind of pocket arrangement and just a couple of cards in there with also a little scrappy notebook. And there's also a tuck spot behind it with just a beehive there. Another one of those little denim pockets. It's not actually in the kit, I don't believe, but I can certainly supply them if someone wants them. One of the little V-shaped pockets that I'm making, and it's kind of like a bit loaded up there with some stuff, and there's one behind that as well. Another V one, and I've just put one of those Happy Mail images onto a tag here, just a gold tag, just so that it makes it a bit bigger and it can fit in that pocket the way I like it. There isn't a tuck spot behind that, though sometimes I do put one there, but there is one behind. And that's a good old vintage picture from Australian farming. So it's just the bullocks pulling along the plough. Here's a bit of a slide. No, that's behind it. I'm sure there's a slide in there. No, I've just got that static. So it's just people bagging up wheat, I think. Yeah, and that's just preserving jar labels, because of course days on the farm everything was preserved and saved, a total different era. You couldn't run off to the supermarket every 5 minutes like we do now. Well, some of us do now. Little top tuck there with one of the cards from the kit behind. Two pockets on the page that I make, and another of the mason jars, and this one already had the string as a digital on it, so I just put a little bit of glossy accents on the brad that holds it just to make it a bit blingy. Another one of those fabric old paper clips, and that one I've actually got a brad on it that's a chook, which is pretty cute, I think. I've made this out of scrap papers, this double side tuck, and just some more of those various ephemeras and stuff stuck in the back. Another one of my favourite pictures from the kit, with the sheep looking very inquisitive about what's going on. And here we've got a little tuck down the bottom, is a bit of a variation, and the window face is still showing something pretty. Another one of the images from the Happy Mail, and there's a tuck spot behind. So pretty loaded up there. And here we go, we actually probably had some other, we had a horse back there, a horse charm hanging off there, and here we've got a guitar. I think there's three. And yeah, so I showed you the horseshoe back at the beginning. So lots of farm things, lots of animals. Here, I liked this, so I sort of like chopped it out and then just, roughed up the edges so it looked a little bit aged. But it's about the yield from the apple trees, I think. So I thought that was pretty good in there. And this is just from the masterboard I made and then chopped into belly bands, and then as I've used them, I've just decorated them a little bit more specifically to the journal I put them in, which I thought worked all right. And here, this is one of those little envelopes that I've altered, so it's on both sides it's a little tuck, and so it's got something in there and something in the tuck at the front, and in the back I just put some lines on it. You know how you do with the piece of corrugated paper that you tear off the top coating, so you've got the lines, and that looks kind of like pretty rustic and goes really well, I think, with this page. Another one of the doubles there, but I've sort of added to it this time, put another tuck spot down the front. Another page from that insert from, I think it was from the Weekly Times actually, but anyway, it was really good, whatever it was. Tuck spot behind with the lovely cow there. I was going to say bull, but no, it's not a bull, definitely not a bull. And there's also this nice tag. bit of lined paper, a bit of plain paper, a bit of, you know, a bit of variety. And here, I might have overdone these signs, the tomatoes, corn and everything, because they're a bit repetitive here at the back, but still think it's all right. And there's a bit of an envelope there behind that, sort of, because this time I didn't glue that down on all sides. I've left it as if it's a belly band with the pockets in it. I think that looks quite effective as well. I think that's quite a good system. I might do more of those. Better write myself a note, you know, or I'll forget. And this one's got another one of those Happy Mail pictures, and also a little one of a rusted out vintage car truck there, which is pretty nice. Right, don't have to sit behind there. And could be a tuck there, and I haven't got anything in it, but I'll find something to put there as soon as I finish this. It'll be something from the leftover pile, or I'll make something special. And at the back here we've got a little girl helping make jam by the look of it. Quite vintage looking picture. And this one is actually an ad for dairying apparatus, so you know, all the things they need to run a good dairy. And there you go, that's it. Thank you so much for looking. Bye now.